What's up, guys? It's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity Build-A video. Today we're going to be doing a low-level Contest of Mayors walkthrough for the City Banes. It's his first week in Mega, and we're going to see what the hell happened this week, because he had a terrible week. I did flip through this last night, really late last night, and I told him I was going to upload this as a private video, because I do that sometimes for people. But after re-reviewing it this morning, I'm going to go ahead and put it up for everybody because I think that it'll be informative for you guys, okay? It shows exactly why you need to follow the method and why you need to look at the rules and follow the rules, and we're going to go through everything. So hit the like, hit the subscribe button, join us on Facebook at SimCity Build It, MissyAnne. You can also join us on our Discord, the link is down below. And if you are sick and tired of losing the Contest of Mayors and you want CoM training, you can sign up for my Patreon, and I will help you one-on-one with CoM training. If you want private walkthroughs, you don't want them up for the whole world to see, that's fine. That'll be included in your CoM training if that's the way you want it to be put up there. So you'll get private videos and private training with the CoM training course on my Patreon. Okay, so he's prepped paint, ladders, melons, tables, lawn chairs, but only 3 of them. Rolls and watches. Let's see here. He's got 270 space, so not a lot of space, but it's doable, right? He's got all 5 slot factories, so that's good. Like I said, it's his first week, so I don't expect that he's going to do, super well. This is why I usually advise, like, the way that it used to be is when you joined into my group, you automatically were signed up for CoM training, and your first few weeks, I would monitor your every decision. You would message me. I quit doing that for people because I just don't have the time or the energy to do it for everybody anymore. So unless somebody signs up for it, then I don't go out of my way to train them. They can use the videos or they can contact me. So he contacted me midweek about one assignment, and then I didn't hear back from him. So I can tell you right now, just based off of the fact that I am seeing screenshots of his prepped items and a task assessment, that tells me that this player is actually trying. They do want to learn, okay? The only mistakes that I noticed with his task assessment was the non-premium no-touch on the design challenge should have been a no-touch cancel, and the regular residential should have been technically a rotatable because he has available experience. Now, he went through, after he bunked his week off, he went through and he graded his own week for the assignments that he thought were mistakes. Again, showing initiative that I would say 97% of players don't show me. So at least he's trying to learn. His task assessment breakdown, we're going to go through it. Premium assignments are assignments that can be worth up to 3,000 points. Non-premium cannot be worth 3,000 points. Main assignments are assignments in your list worth 2,000 points or higher. Rotatable assignments are assignments in your list below 2,000 points. No-touch assignments are assignments you're not going to do for the duration of the contest. And then cancels are assignments that you have the possibility of considering canceling. You want to make sure that you do any of your epic projects at the end of the week, okay? Or not the end of the week. That you do them either after the streaks, if you absolutely need to, or if they're a main task, you want to do them within the first 25 assignments. That's kind of your safe zone. Same thing with cancellations and long factory productions. Now, I noticed that I don't see any items prepped in his factories. He should have feed ready for pickup. And I don't know when this screenshot was taken, if there was feed prepped or what was going on, but he should have feed prepped. Now, the first thing I notice is that he has a premium glass, and premiums, shop productions, factory productions, we consider to be premiums for low-level players, but technically they're not. So he has a premium rotatable glass in the streaks. Now, that automatically means that he needs to move quickly this week. More quickly than we would normally need to move is what I'm saying. Like, he needs to really pay attention to his time this week. He has a premium main on the storage upgrade. He has a premium limited main on the War Disaster. Non-premium, no touch cancel on the design challenge. Non-premium main on the expand city. So what I'm noticing is that he already has the storage upgrade and the expansion. You guys need to get your land expansions done as soon as possible, so that you get this assignment out of the way. That being said, normally storage would always take priority over land. With this new assignment and the fact that, you know, it's going to be a really long time before you guys max your storage out, I would advise that in your 4 weeks before Mega, 4 or 5 weeks before Mega, that you, yes, focus on storage, but you really focus on your land. Because ultimately, your winning Mega is going to be really, really important. And that assignment being in your way is just going to cause you problems. Okay. He has the regular residential he can do if he absolutely needs to. He has a premium textiles, rotatable. So again, with the very limited number of doorways that we're seeing already, we already know the text is going to need to be done. He has a non-premium last resort rotatable coins, non-premium last resort rotatable repair, premium on the caps, premium on the delivery to Tokyo, non-premium no touch monster, and a non-premium limited last resort rotatable on the Epic to be done within the first 25 assignments or after the streaks. Okay. So, starts off with his increased city storage. Then does the War Disaster. Then does city expansion. Then gets common war attack. Then gets keys. First mistake. Okay? He does the caps before the keys. Should have done the keys. Given their value, haven't been done yet. Should have went with the keys. Now he gets tables, so that tables take priority over keys now. So he would do tables. Okay? Again, not picking up whatever he prepped in his factory. He should not be picking up his feed yet to prep text. Not just yet. So now the city expansion is back. We're not surprised. That has a high algorithm. Now here, he does delivery to Tokyo with the keys there for 1,600. So one reason that this is problematic is because it does have a good chance of kicking back a 3K task, but he doesn't have a whole lot of upgrades in his list. So there is that high risk attached to it, coupled with the fact that he doesn't need to take that 600 point hit on his score. He hasn't tried keys yet. I would not have went with that one yet. Okay, so now he gets nails for 1,680. But if you don't remember, he has other things prepped in his shops. Now, normally, nails would always take priority over keys. But given the fact that he should have rotated the keys sooner, given the fact that the last few assignments have been garbage, and they're just giving him garbage, I would go ahead and break the cycle and do the keys. But normally you would do the nails here. So he does the nails. He gets his 3K storage back. We kind of figured that was going to happen. Then it gets replaced with sugar. Okay? We typically would not do sugar, especially at this value. Right now, we definitely don't need to do it. But he is going to need to keep track of how many available doorways he has to fit in his upgrades. Okay? So now he does the keys, gets his 2,500 beach. Okay? Does the beach, and he gets keys back for 1,200. All right? So now he goes with the VU. He says he was going to wait for some upgrades to come in but before rotating the VU, but after asking you, I realized I should have done VU sooner. Okay, so he does the VU. Upgrade War Card Disaster comes in. Now he gets a 1,200 on SAPs. So at this point, I would be prepping the textiles. Absolutely. So he's 13 assignments in. He does the SAPs. He gets his Club Wars. So he should have started prepping text, like I just said. Now he gets minerals. Does textiles, like he should have. gets his 3K VU. Okay, so now he's went further down on the list, kind of changing things up. Gets a 1K upgrade. Okay, so at least it's there with the low value. Now here, he does minerals. Now, again, given the fact that he's been working the top portion of his list, and it hasn't really been very good to him, I would have prepped the minerals, but I would have done the watches just because of that alone. They're not really that much different in value. The watches has better opportunity overall. They're already prepped. And again, like I said, these doorways haven't been good. So, okay, so he does minerals, he gets a 2K upgrade. All right. Now he does watches, and he gets a 2500 mountain. Does the mountain, and he gets a 1320 on feed. Now, here he has a choice to make. So he's within the first 25 assignments is when you want to do any cancellations. It's when you want to do any long factory productions, yada yada. So he has basically 5 more assignments where he can safely, do feed if he needs to. He can safely cancel if he needs to, whatever. Now, he needs to look at his list as a whole and say, okay, I'm trying to see if he gave me there it is, the full list. So at that point, he had the Tokyo, the London, the design challenge, the regular residential, and that's it. So he had a total of 4 upgrades at that point. The design challenge one has a tendency to come back, right? Usually pretty quickly. It would be to open it up for the purpose of the value. Being said, upgrades have just been started rolling in. We really wouldn't necessarily want to cancel. So he can either decide to do the feed. He has 4 days, 10 hours remaining. So he could do the feed if he needed to. I don't know what time of day it was for him. If it was nighttime for him, he really should have just said, screw it, I'm going to do the feed now. If it was morning, then I would probably change the outcome and I would say, okay, let's go with the regular residential. He went with sugar. So he took downtime. A significant one, mind you. I mean, 2 hours difference between the feed and the sugar. Now, that basically by him making that choice, he won. Ignored the rule in the comp guide that said don't touch that. In these circumstances, he had other options that he could utilize. He did not need to do the sugar. He ended up taking downtime anyways. Now, normally we wouldn't pick feed over sugar, right? Because, or not normal. What I mean is normally we would not pick more downtime over less downtime. But in this case, when sugar has a higher return rate than, let's say, feed does, when the algorithm is higher, even though the downtime is just a little bit less, the reoccurrence of that task is higher. He may not get this task back, but more than likely will. That's just what we go on, right? We say, okay, if 90% of the time that's what happens, we're going to just lean more that way. It doesn't mean it will happen. It just means it's more likely to happen, okay? So in this case, I would have if it was nighttime, I would have stopped and I would have done the feed. If it's morning time, I would have done the regular residential and I would have probably started prep. I would have seen what popped up right after the regular residential, and depending on what came in, I would start prepping the feed just because of how much time we have left. It's one round, and we really we need the doorways, okay? So he gets his upgrade immediately after the sugar, putting him at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 upgrades in total, but one of those he can do. So he needs 2 more upgrades at this point with what he has. So looking at his available doorways, he's got feed, he's got coins, he's got repair. So do you see him being able to go 20 more tasks with, if he ignores the feed doorway, like he's already chosen to do? Do you see him being able to go 20 more tasks with what he has available? No. These are last resort rotatables. Those aren't even supposed to be done until about 30 assignments remaining. So he would have to go at least 10 more assignments. Now, he may get 10 assignments out of the regular residential, but it's unlikely. Okay? He's already crossed feed off the list, so yeah. So he's got coins, he's got keys, and he's got repair. And this right here, y'all, this right here is where his whole entire week went right down the crapper. All right? When I say that his whole week went really bad, I mean it went really, really bad. So here we have 40 tasks remaining. Okay? So that means he's 20 assignments in. Yes? He's got basically 40,000 points. He's running a 2K average at this point. So even though things haven't been going, super good, he's running a 2K average. He still has a really good shot at winning. He's not doing too bad right now. Okay? He drops his average, gets his upgrade, and then here's the beginning of the end. All right? So, the beginning of this week, what did you notice? You notice this player was thinking, they were preparing, they took their screenshots, they did their task assessment, they showed that they, were trying. Now, here, it looks like they're grasping for straws. They don't know what to do, so they're just gonna do whatever. That is what you cannot do that, okay? So he does the keys for 1,200. Now, what do we know about keys? They come back right away, right? Okay. So what do I always say in all of my walkthroughs? All that's going to happen is you're going to have lowered your score, you're going to have dropped your average, and the assignment's going to come back. You're going to then, in a few assignments, you're going to then be put back in the same position with a lower score, and you're going to do something different. Because why? Because that didn't work out. So just know it's not going to work out. Don't lower your score and move to a different option. Look for something else. Think of something else. Okay? So, if he was with me in training, I would absolutely advise against this, being the value of the keys is 1,200. I would have told him to do the regular residential. If your experience bar is full, let's say that was the case, I would have said, look, out of the keys, the repair, and the coins, coins has the highest chance of staying away the longest. It can stay away for like 2 to 6 rotations sometimes. He needs to get at least 8 more rotations before he can start rotating the keys and the repair. Okay? Actually, I would have advised you do the feed, to be honest with you, just given his current situation. But if that wasn't an option, that's what I would be telling him to do. So he does the keys, okay? And he gets textiles back now. If you don't recall, we've already done textiles once, so now it's becoming a repeat task. We really don't want that. We don't want more downtime. I can't remember. I think he had to get 2 more upgrades, right? I believe. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. Yeah. So 2 more upgrades is all he needed. Okay, so he does the keys. He gets text. Now he does the regular residential. Wow. Why didn't you do that before the keys? Okay. What happened? Exactly what I've said was going to happen. Exactly what he knew was going to happen. Exactly what is said in the CoM guide will happen. But he did it anyway. And it backfired. And that was the beginning of the end of his whole week. Okay? So he did the keys, got texts, did the regular residential, got his keys back, which we knew was going to happen. All right. So now he does texts. Okay. Gets VU. Does VU. Gets grass. Does the grass. And gets text back. So what have I told you guys? Work doorway number 1. Doorway number 1. Textiles. Repeat task. Same doorway. Same doorway. Same doorway, same doorway. Repeat task. Let him right back where he started. All of those assignments lowered his average. Every single one of them. 800 here, 800 there, 1,000 here. Yeah, they all lowered his average. So now he's at 34 tasks remaining. At this point, he needs to get the upgrades in as fast as he possibly can and get the streaks done. All that is going to save this whole week is that if he can safely do the streaks, that's all that's going to matter. So the idea here is that he needs to get the upgrades to roll in, get the streaks done. Then, once the streaks are done and he's got the main portion of his points secured, then he can say, okay, now I can move to value over opportunity and I can work my main list without completely screwing myself. Because he won't have to think about the upgrades. He won't have to secure long factory assignments. You know, he'll be able to work other doorways. But he didn't do that, right? So here I would have advised he go with the coins. He went with repair. I would have said to go with the coins simply because he's already done text too many times. He can't afford the downtime again. He needs to get the upgrades in. Coin stays away for longer than repair, usually, on average. So we would start with the coins. Now he gets a delivery to Tokyo. Again, I would do the coins. Why would we waste cash doing a 1K task on a doorway that's not been good to us? Does Tokyo. Gets his regular residential back. Now he has to decide if he's going to leave that to sit or if he's going to do it again. He needs to look at his week, look at his competition, and say, okay, do I actually have a shot at winning or am I just going to waste resources? Because at this point, he's wasting war cards, cash, and experience. There's no reason for that if you're not going to win, right? So he needs to decide now if he has a decent shot at winning and if he's going to invest it, if he's going to invest it all, because he would also have to invest tickets to win, right? If he doesn't start streaks by the time he hits 24 tasks remaining, he's going to have to invest tickets. So I would seriously be considering either... Basically, what I would try to do is I would try to get the assignments in, the upgrades in, before 24 tasks remaining and do the streaks and then see where I'm at. Otherwise, I would be considering a forfeit. Okay, so he does the coins, and he immediately gets the repair back. Now, he wouldn't have had the repair back if the repair was still in the list. The repair is coming back because it has the possibility to come back. It should have been left in the list, and that wouldn't have happened. Okay? So now he does the repair, and now he gets the old town, right? Rotated the coins, got the repair, rotated that, got the old town. Okay, cool. Now, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need one more upgrade. One more. No available doorways down at the bottom. The only available doorways now are the feed, the text, the keys. That's it. That's all he's got left. He goes with text. Should have went with the keys. Can't afford the downtime. Text has already come back too many times. Should have went with the keys. He gets delivery to London, and he does that. Costing him cash. Okay. Gets repair, does that. Notice that it's not the upgrade's not coming in. All these tasks are lowering his average. Does the war attack for 800. That's definitely lowering his average. Gets war card upgrade for 3,000. Okay. Delivery to Tokyo for that. I mean, just lower, lower, lower. Now we're getting into, we've got 24 tasks remaining. We're getting into the point where it's like, okay, you're going to be spending tickets. One method that he could have used is he could have broken the cycle with the streaks task instead of with the main list. So what he could have done is prepped the glass, done the glass, and then rotated back with the main list to get the upgrade to come up. It is risky, but so is this. This is way more risky, okay? He gets work hard upgrade, now he gets caps for 800. Now he does keys. Look how long he worked that one doorway. And it just lower, 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 lower. So now he does the keys, gets a tax for 2,000, gets Tokyo back, becoming a repeat 1K task. Costing him 20 cash every time he's doing this damn assignment. Okay. Now he gets seeds, which means he wasn't prepping glass yet, because he was able to do the seeds. Does his common war attack. He's got the VU. Increased city storage came back. So now he's got one doorway. He doesn't have anything else that he can do. So he does caps. Now here, he should have, again, he should have done the glass first, then the caps. Should have tried that method first, because all he's doing is, it's not going to come. You know what's going to happen. We all know what's going to happen. The moment he starts streaks, he's going to get that damn upgrade. Okay? It's just how, I already know. So, chems, okay? Does the chems, which we wouldn't normally do, but he's put himself in a position where that's basically, aside from doing the glass, that's his only option. Even if he does the glass, at that point, he would have to rotate the chems either before or after the glass. So now he gets repair, minerals. Okay, here he has 9 tasks remaining. Okay, so he brought it all the way down to his very last chance. Now he started streaks. Does the glass, gets VU. And he rotated. You're at 9 tasks remaining. I don't understand what you're doing. If you have 6 streaks, right? And there's 4 of them in each one, you need a total of 24 assignments to complete them. There's 15 tickets, which leaves you 9 tasks remaining. Unless that's your 10th one. Why does it look like I'm missing screenshots? Okay, so yeah, he had 1 assignment. So he only left 1. Yeah, he only left 1 assignment to try that method. You want to leave way more than 1 assignment to try that method. Okay, so that leaves him with 9 tasks remaining. All right, I see what happened. So now he rotates to London, doesn't get what he needed. He gets the repair, does VU, does bricks, gets Paris upgrade. We knew that was going to happen. So here, he would cancel the Paris, okay? That'll cost him the 3rd task on this streak, leaving him 1 assignment that he could rotate in the main list. And that'll leave him enough to where he'll have enough to finish the remaining streaks if he can get through them. So, that being said, he would cancel that, okay? Rotate the repair. Now, here's where I don't understand what the hell he's doing. So, now he has streak 2 through 6. Right? So, that's 5 streaks times 4 assignments. He needs a total of 20 assignments remaining to finish the streaks. And he's got 4 here. He does Paris. He does disaster. So he's got 1 left. plus his 15 tickets. That's 16 in total. Okay. He's got 5 streaks left with 4 tasks. So he burnt through 1 whole streak without doing the streak to try to secure an upgrade. That was the stupidest thing ever. Because A, when you work the streaks, you actually have a chance of getting through them. B, your streaks assignments are higher in value than your main list assignments at this current time. So you're lowering your average by doing that. You forfeited a whole entire streak without knowing if you even needed to forfeit it. It's extremely rare. In fact, I've never seen it where somebody gets every single streak they fail. If they were only missing 1 upgrade, I have never seen anybody fail all 6 streaks because of 1 upgrade missing. Never. You would have at least gotten through a couple of them. So you failed the first one, you blew through the second one in the main list without even trying for it. Then, when that didn't work out and you lowered your average and you forfeited those points, he then started the streak number 3, okay? Or streak number 2. Which would be like doing streak number 3 is what I'm saying, because he burnt through it. He can't do his last streak. So he does the text, he does the mountain. So again, costing him resources that he can't get back. Now we're moving into tickets here. What does he do? Does he continue on and do the mountain? No. He starts blowing into the next streak. He's got 15 assignments left. With tickets, he's got 15 left. And he's on streak 2. Task 1. So, now he does the mountain. Gets coins. Gets cream. Finishes the second streak. Gets the 8,000 bonus points for that. Okay? Starts streak 3. Gets chems. Now he's got 10 tasks remaining. And he's on streak 3. 10 tickets is all he has left. So with streak 3, there's 2 assignments. Then there would normally be, for 3 more streaks, that would be 12, right? So there's 4 in each. So he would normally need 14 tasks. So he so far he's burned through 1 whole streak, like we know. So he does, what does he do? I don't understand. He must have done chems, and he got his Paris upgrade. So he should have canceled this. Now, I think what he did here was he knew he was doing something I wouldn't advise. So he stopped taking screenshots. I think he did the Paris upgrade when he shouldn't have. And I could be wrong in my thinking that, but I'm pretty sure he did. Why else would you stop taking screenshots? Right? And he ended up placing 4th. 1, never stop taking screenshots. Always take screenshots. 2, if I'm in your head telling you don't do that, you probably shouldn't do that. Okay? If you go back to the beginning of the end of this video, right? When I said the beginning of the end, this is where shit went bad. Why did it go bad for him? Why did everything just take a nosedive? Because he didn't listen to me. He didn't listen to the CoM guide. He didn't follow the technique. He ignored it. If he would have looked at the CoM guide and the tasks remaining, he would have went, that's not an option. That is not an option. I need to find a different option. But he didn't. He did what he knew was wrong, and it fucking screwed him over. Then he, for whatever reason, and I don't know why, because I've never in my life advised anybody to do that, ever. I've never advise anybody to do that in a video. I would never tell you guys to continue on with your main list and blow through streaks that you could possibly secure, especially given the fact that the assignments that were coming in the main list weren't good ones. You either forfeit your chance to play with the to do streaks, or you don't. So my advice to you would have been, if you're not going to do the streaks, it's usually because you failed 2 of them. So the rules on the streaks is, if you fail 1, this would have been his second fail, okay? If you're going to just keep failing them, there's no point in dropping your average. If your main list is going to give you better assignments than your streaks are giving you, it would be better to do that than to continuously lower your score by working the streaks and failing all your streaks and having to cancel. If your main list is giving you garbage anyways, and your streaks tasks are already higher than what you're getting in your main list, why would you forfeit points you don't know if you need to forfeit? See what I'm saying? That doesn't even make sense. Now you're wasting experience. You're building houses you shouldn't be building. Look at all the shit that was wasted this week. All the work card upgrades, all the cash, the tickets. Now experience on houses he shouldn't be building. So I'm pretty sure that that's what he said in his message. And he placed 4th. Ouch. Follow my advice. Listen to the CoM guide. If you have me in your head saying, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't damn do it. It will turn out badly for you. Prime example, you guys, of why you really do need to follow the technique and the advice. Because look what happens when you don't. Have you ever seen a score that low? For not reverse rotation week. Have you ever seen a score that low? Mind you, 8,000 of that is from the 1 streak he did complete. That's pretty damn bad. I haven't seen a week like that unless it was from a reverse rotation. And it all comes down to rotating all of these things that weren't bringing any points back. Every time he took a hit on his score, he wasn't getting anything back on it. He rarely got a 3K task to pop up. And anything less than a 2K task isn't going to give back points lost. If you have to run a 2K average and you get a 2K task, you're only getting what you needed for that assignment. You're not getting anything back for the lost points before. It has to be over 2,000 points to make up for lost points. Right now, with his tickets and everything, his score should be like 170K or something? 80K, roughly? Okay. Hopefully that helps you guys understand, why it's super important for you to follow the technique. Hopefully that better explains why you need to take screenshots and follow your storyline. You have to narrate your storyline, okay? There's a lot of things that he could have done differently this week that would have changed. It would have made a whole turnaround. Should have came to me for help. If you guys are in this situation, nothing's working for you, go back through your screenshots. And if you're not taking them, then you couldn't care too much, to be honest with you. Because I've said it till I'm blue in the face. If you don't have screenshots, you cannot play 100% correct. You just can't. You're not going to be able to look back at all your mistakes and doorways and repeat tasks. So do yourself a favor, take your screenshots, look at your week, narrate your stuff, look at what time of day it is, what's prepped, what's not prepped, look into the future, say, okay, if this happens, how's it going to affect me? What are my options here? Weighing out pros and cons.